The matter reportedly revealed that the defendants allegedly forged certificates from the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria and University of Nigeria and used them to falsely present herself as a medical fertility nurse, specially trained to assist women in getting pregnant with ease. The statement revealed that the defendant was arraigned on 45 counts of charge bordering on fraudulent impersonation, forgery, and obtaining by false pretense to the tune of 28.278 million. It was also discovered that the defendant has successfully defrauded over 48 innocent women who fall for her false claims. After listening to both sides, Justice Umar reportedly adjourned the matter to November 12, 2024 for a ruling on the bail application. The defendant was thereafter remanded at the Enugu State Correctional Facility. Ogun State government on Wednesday urged residents of flooded area and communities across the state to relocate immediately, just after they had been advised about 4 months ago. Some of the communities affected by the recent release of water from Oyon Dam include Ishiri, Riverview Estates, Oshorun Estate, OPIC Estate, Erokpo, Warere, Akute, Alagbole, Orimerumu, and Magboro, among others. The government urged residents in these areas to heed to its earlier flood alert advisory to either relocate or elevate their homes during this time of year. The Commissioner of Environment, Ola Oresanya, stated this on Wednesday in response to the flooding situation in the area, which was necessitated by their lowlands nature and the higher level of tidal fluctuation from the river floodings, forcing the Osun River Basin Development Authority to release excess water from the Oya Dam. Chairman of the Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission, Babatunde Osibodu, has admitted that State Electoral Commission need reforms for optimal performance and conduct of credible polls. He said necessary reforms are the best opinion rather than the agitation for the transfer of the conduct of local government elections to the Independent Electoral Commission. Osibodu explained that while INEC still struggles with the workload saddles it, the LG election would become a burden to it. He spoke during a media parliament organized by the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Ogun State Council, held at the council secretariat in Abeokuta. Recalling the controversies surrounding the recent concluded Edo State election, the chairman insisted the devaluation of power to the federating states was preferable to centralizations. Independent National Electoral Commission says it will commence the issuance of permanent voters card in the state on Thursday and will be available to collection in its 18th local government office in the state. The commission also urged media organizations to collaborate with it in ensuring the smooth conduct of polls, which comes up on November 16. Speaking at the interactive section with the media executives in Akure, the state capital, on Wednesday, the INEC National Commissioner, Mr. Sam Olumekun, explained that collaboration with the media was needed to tackle challenges such as apathy, misinformation, and logistical barriers that may prevent citizens from collecting their PVCs. In her remark, the under-resident Electoral Commission, Mr. Oluwatoyin Babalola, stated that the workshop would provide the participants with the comprehensive knowledge of electoral guidelines, processes, and ethical considerations that must guard media's patronage of the poll. At least 5 suspects have been arrested and detained by the Kwara State Police Command in connection with the alleged murder, 46-year-old political science graduate of University of Ilorin, Lanre Adebayo. The suspects include the chairman of the community, his two wives and two local security men. They were arrested by police operatives on Tuesday and weeks to the State Police Criminal Investigation Department headquarters, Lorin, on Wednesday. Lanre was allegedly murdered on Sunday in the Ita Elekpa area of Ilorin West LGA during a heated argument between him and the local security men on his way home. ATN gathered that Lanre was allegedly marched to death in an encounter with the security men, which occurred at about 10 p.m. Effort to reach a spokesperson of the State Police Command, DSP Ejire Adeyemi Tony, on Wednesday proved unsuccessful, but competent source at the command confirms the developments. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, has ordered the immediate demolition of illegal structures at the Sabon-Lugbe South District layout in FCT. The FCT minister gave the order in Abuja a visit to the site of illegal structures.
In an unexpected visit to New Lugbe along Airport Road in Abuja, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike, with the company of FCT security agencies, ordered demolition of Monte trees, the Futul Estate and all other illegal structures around that area. Wike said many houses are built without proper documents from the FCT administration, describing the developers as land grabbers who will build without the approval of the Development Control in contravention of the Land Use Act provision of FCT.
They should be able to carry out the survey and then demolish everything that you see here. They don't know what it will be, look like the legislation, the commoners, men take over the place and then taking the government. This is the problem we're having. Can imagine what the developer will just come to join there. And then they say, oh, you are doing your house. That's their own land there. No one document, not one document, and we're not going to allow that. We won't allow that. So everything I have handed over to you, to work with the Director's Authority and his other.
Wike directed the Director, Development Control and Town Planner to work with the various security agencies and the demolition process of the illegal structures to recover FCT lands and arrest anyone who obstructs the demolition process.
So they can come back and do their work. Whatever request or whatever, and then arrest anybody you find here. Then come explain who gave you this land. You know, to go on others, this is where we are having our businesses. You cannot do an illegal business. And these are how criminals can even come here. I won't even know that they can operate from here. So let's take steps now and take over the land. All right. Thank you.
Joseph Moses Mawinka, Atlantic Television Network News.
FCT has flagged off 2.5 kilometers construction of access road from Arterial 111 Ambushi district to the ongoing construction of George quarters within Cadastral Zone BO7, Kamtampe District, Abuja. FCTA has flagged of 2.5 kilometers construction of access road from Arteria number 11 Ambushi district to ongoing construction of George's quarters within Cathedral Zone B07 Katampe district Abuja. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike said at the flag of ceremony and groundbreaking of the project in Abuja that the FCTA will be tried until all roads in Abuja connected in good conditions and motor-able as usual.
Today when the Mabushi axis, we will not rest until we see that all the districts are all connected with good roads. It is very, very important that one thing that makes a city clear is good roads, good network of roads. It makes a city very clear. And as I can say, because people know that this road has been awarded, I can tell you that if you want to go and buy land now, it has skyrocketed more than 500%. That is what good road can do. There are a lot of economic activities that will go on here. So I think that for a city like Abuja, we have no choice but to continue to provide the basic infrastructure like good network of roads. Again, I want to assure the contractor, be sure that CGCs are aware that we have made adequate provision to make sure that this road is completed within the time, which is in May next year, May 2025.
The Chairman, Senate Committee on Area Councils and Auxiliary Matters, David Jim Kuta, in his goodwill message, encouraged Wike to continue his good work in the FCT.
Network entails about 3.2 kilometers with a segment dual carriageway from Amadou Bello up to a point close to that Gishiri village as well. And then there are other networks which will add up to it. It's 3.2 kilometers in all. Along with this are going to be provided the conventional or requisite engineering infrastructure of water supply, storm, and drainages, as well as solar street lighting.
Earlier, the Executive Secretary of FCDA, Engineer Shehu Hadi Hamad, stated the overview of the project. Federal Capital Territory Command has clarified reports that one Miss Priscilla Ocheme was allegedly killed by her boyfriend, Ekoshuhi Isa Elvils, at the residence in the Lugbe area of the territory. Reports has emerged that the deceased, who left her family house in Karu area to cool off after a minor misunderstanding with her widowed mother, was murdered by her boyfriend. But the FCT police, in a statement by the police public relations officer Josephine Ode, said a preliminary investigation revealed that Priscilla died of a road accident on September 24, 2024. The PPRO explained that the deceased left the boyfriend's residence later that evening and was on her way home when she was involved in a fatal motorcycle accident at the Amala Omera Junction in Paikasa. She said the accident was witnessed by two laborers, Jerry Amos and Moses Bala, who were working nearby at the brick producing factory when the incident occurred. According to her, Priscilla was rushed to Pakasa L Center for medical attention, after which she was referred to the Federal Medical Center, Jabi, accompanied by two police detectives. Benue State High Court sitting in Makurdi declined a notion seeking an investigation of the court's registry. The court consequently fixed dated October 2024 for the hearing of all other applications and a substantive suit. The application, which was brought by the All Progressives Congress, prayed the court to order the registry to investigate the alleged appearances of the council's signature on the originating motions and stayed off proceedings pending the outcome of the inquiry. Ruling on the motion, Justice Kume held that the determinations of the instance motion would prejudice the pending preliminary objections to the competence of the suit, which has similar ground and effect. The legal team of the Benue State Chairman of APS, Augustine Agada, represented by F.A. Normo, who appeared with several lawyers, asked for adjournment to look at proceedings that were served on him in the court. SP Swan Squad, who led the brief Fiomata Bukar San and Basile Hemba, who held the brief for the Biko San, did not oppose the ruling. Plateau State Police Command has rescued 4 children who were allegedly lured away with biscuits by suspected children traffickers in the state. The Commissioner of Police, Olubenga Adesina, disclosed this while addressing journalists on Wednesday at the command's headquarters in Jos. Adesina revealed that the police reviewed the distress report on 12 October 2024, stating that 4 children had gone missing the previous day. According to the neighbor's daughter, the children had been seen with one Comfort, a female who frequently visited her friends at the Mobawa in a compound, often buying them biscuits. He added that upon receiving the reports, police operatives swiftly took action, leading to rescue of the 4 children and arrest of the 2 suspects in connections with the case. In a separate operations, the commissioner disclosed that 25 suspects has been apprehended for various offenses across the state. Among them was one Emanuela Joseph, who was caught with the fabricated pistol after robbing a female churchgoer of the phone and a power bank valued at 75,000 naira. Adesina assured that all the suspects will be charged to court once investigations are concluded. While commending the public for their assistance, he urged continued collaboration with the police to ensure a safer Plateau State. Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris has signed into law a new minimum wage, 75,000 for the state civil servants. The governor signed a new bill in the presence of the National President of Nigerian Labour Congress, Mr. Joe Ajoro, and other executives of the union at Government House, Burning, Kebbi. ATN reports that Lagos, Rivers, Kogi, Osun, among others, stated have also approved new minimum wage for civil servants, while Lagos and Rivers approved 85,000, others are within 75,000 to 70. President Bola Tinubu and Federal Executive Councils has scrapped the Niger Delta Ministry and the Ministry of Sports Development. Special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onuoga, disclosed this in a post on his X handle. He said the decisions were taken at the meeting of the FEC in Abuja. He also said the National Sports Commission will take over the role of the Ministry of Sport enhanced henceforth during the FCEC meeting. The President also approved the merger of the Ministry of Tourism with the Ministry of Culture and Creative Economy despite the announcement. Onoga did not state what would happen to the ministers in charge of the scrap ministries or how they would function henceforth. Much awaited cabinet reshuffle of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu began on Wednesday with the sacking of 5 ministers and then a nomination of 7 new ones for Senate confirmation. The President also reassured 10 ministers to 10 ministry portfolio and appointed 7 new ministers for Senate confirmation. Tinubu nominated Binance Ogumego Ojoko as the Minister of State Foreign Affairs, while Netue Yewanda as the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, officially bringing an end to the tenure of suspended Beta Edo. The president also nominated Magari Dingendi as the Minister of Labor and Employment, Jumoke Oduwale as the Minister of Industry, Idi Miha as Minister of the newly created Livestock Development Ministry, Yusuf Attar as the Minister of the State Housing and Urban Development, with Suwaiba Hamad as Minister of State Education. The president sacked Juken Ohaneye as Minister of Women Affairs, Lola Adejon as Minister of Tourism, Tyra Mamad as Minister of Education, Abdullahi Gwazo as Minister of State, Housing and Urban Development, and Jamila Ibrahim as Minister of Youth Development. The president appreciated the outgoing members of the Federal Executive Council for their service to the nation while wishing them the best in their future endeavors. He then charged the newly appointed ministers as well as their reassigned colleagues to see their appointments as a call to serve the nation. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has sworn in Dr. Abdullahi Usman Bello as chairman of the Code of Conduct Bureau. The brief swearing-in ceremony preceded the Federal Executive Council, presided over by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that FEC first since returning from the 2-week vacation in the United Kingdom and France. Speaking to journalists after the swearing-in, the CCB chairman Bello outlined his commitment to addressing corruption through the Commission, Nigeria's foremost anti-corruption agencies. He emphasized the importance of integrity and accountability among public service servants and promised to uphold the Bureau's mandate. He expressed a belief that while corruption is a global issue, effective systems can mitigate it, assuring that Nigeria has a necessary system and institution to combat corruption, and he intended to focus on delivering the Bureau's mandate to ensure integrity and prevent corruption. In an attempt to significantly resolve the syndrome of out-of-school children, the Senate has called for the Nation Summit after briefing Bola Tinubu. Was taken during plenary after the submission of the report of the Committee on Education, Basic and Secondary on the compelling need to tackle the challenges of out-of-school children in Nigeria. The chairman of the committee, Senator Usman Lawal Adamu, representing Kaduna Central, disclosed that over 200 million out-of-school children have been enrolled in the last 1 year through the collective effort of the agencies of the ministry working out-of-school children education.
In conclusion, addressing the issue of out-of-school children in Nigeria demands constant joint effort of government at all levels, national and state, local government, traditional ruler, parent, development partners, civil society organizations, and stakeholders in education. Ensuring security, improved education infrastructure, enhancing teachers' training, accurate data, funding, monitoring, and updates. Collaboration with state and local government are all crucial in this regard.
May I move an amendment to the recommendations of our committee to read as follows: that in view of the seriousness of the issue of out-of-school syndrome in Nigeria and its implications for national development, and realizing also the fact that different levels of stakeholders need to come together to fashion out a lasting solution to this, that This Senate calls for comment. After briefing the leader of the executive arm, I so move.
By over 20 lawmakers, the out-of-school children menace was identified as a time bomb demanding solutions that transcends that of the federal government alone, while some lawmakers called for a proper handshake between the national and sub-national, particularly on the issues of access of the UBEC funds.
Bill Clinton, former president of America, had to come to Nigeria. What was he coming to do? He was concerned about the plight of out-of-school children. He particularly said, we are sitting on time bomb. Today we are already seeing the time bomb addressing these issues. Some people will say from federal, some people will say from the state. Coming as a former governor, I think it is from the states. I said this because of us. Federal government have done everything, a lot. They have done a lot. When we attempted Al-Majiri school, taking back children, compulsorily forcing them to go to school, it ended with a religious dimension and it died down. They are back to Al-Majiri streets.
I believe that the Federal Ministry of Education in Nigeria has no national policy on out-of-school children. Mr. President, the National Council on Education must have a clearly spelled out national policy on out-of-school children. We have 20 million out-of-school children, and in fact, could be. This is a huge challenge to not only our educational sector, but our national security, Mr. President.
According to the president of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, out-of-school children have become potential bandits, exacerbating the need to curb the crisis. The Senate unanimously adopted the resolution for the National Summit. House of Representatives has put on hold a bill aimed at increasing the monthly revenue allocation for oil-producing states. The bill seeks to arm Section 162, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution, which currently allocated 13% oil diversion to oil-producing states. The proposed legislation sponsored by Awaji Inombek, Abiente, and 8 other members seek increase and the diversion fund to minimum of 50%. Honorable that since all Nigerian states are rich in mineral resources, the bill would ensure the regions where these resources are extracted receive a fair allocation of revenues according to the 50% or more formula.
Speaker, you have sat down there and you have referred several alterations to the Nigerian Constitution, to the Constitutional Review. So if Abiante is being singled out today, it goes to show that whatever we are saying and doing here is of no consequence.
Honorable Abiante, this is not the case.
Mr. Speaker, please. Mr. Speaker, please, sir. Please, sir. You have to expatiate. The portion that I only requested to be altered is to look at the principles of derivation. We have even passed a part of what I am asking for. In this same house today, on bill number 9, it talks about derivation principles. Is it about
the subject matters are different?
They are the same. They are the same subject matter.
You should not. Please, I don't want you to be sentimental, Honorable Abiante. Please sit down.
Mr. Speaker, I'm requesting an alteration to the derivation percentage. That's all.
Sit down, please.
However, some lawmakers expressed concern citing a lack of detailed information about the bill. As a result, the bill was stepped down.
Speaker has stated the mover of this bill with the 7 other people, I would say they're a bit economical to the House, because we need to know under which principles would they want to amend Section 162, subsection 2 of the Constitution. We need to know the principles behind that. They need to break it down, let us know the rationale, because we don't have the bill.
Amend or alter any section of the Constitution, I think is very important. We know what it is and what we are dealing with. The President often received of advice from Revenue, Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission shall table before the National Assembly proposal for revenue allocation from the Federation account. In determining the formula, the National Assembly shall take into account allocation principles, especially those of population, equality of states, internal revenue generation, land mass, terrain, as well as population density. Mr. Speaker, I believe this is very fair to every section of this country.
Where we have constitutional amendments that are very, very sensitive, we need to take time to go through and see the whole content before we take decision.
In a related development, a similar bill sponsored by Honorable Mark Esiet Akwa Ibom, which advocates a 60% revenue allocation for oil-producing states, passed its second reading in the House.
Speaker has stated, Mr. Speaker, this bill seeks to encourage states, all the states of the federations, to develop all the God-given natural resources that we have. It will discourage states from overdependence on the federal allocation that comes to their states. And Mr. Speaker, as you all know, there are processes ongoing that many of the laws we find in the exclusive list. There's been an agitation that they should also be moved to the congruent list, where states can have equal rights.
According to lawmakers, if enacted, the bill would drive the development of resource-rich states, ultimately benefit citizens through broader economic impact. The House of Representatives has also passed for second reading the bill seeking to repeal the National Honor Act Cap 43 Law of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 and the Nigerian National Merit Award Act Cap 122 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004. The bill proposed the establishment of a Nigerian National Honors and Merit Award Commission to oversee the regulated matters related to National Honors and Merit Award in the country. Leading the debate, Honorable Benjamin Benson, Lagos, explained that the bill aimed to create a commission responsible for managing and regulating all issues related to National Honors and Merit Awards in Nigeria.
The simple amendment we're trying to do is provided in only 7 sections. If this is passed, we hope and pray that there will be more competence in choosing people, well-deserving Nigerians, to be given national awards. The amendment and intendment of this bill is simple. It is to make the award and nomination for national awards to be merit-based. It's that simple, Mr. Speaker, and I so propose that this bill be passed for a second time.
Federal Ministry of Housing and Human Development has declared a 60-day ultimatum for all the federal certificates of occupancy titled owners to settle their debt, warning that failure to comply would lead to the revocation of their titles. This announcement was made by the Minister Danjiwa during his address at the 29th Conference of Directors of Lands in Abuja on Wednesday. Danjiwa warned that non-compliance has already resulted in the loss of trillions in revenues for the federal government. The minister stressed that such losses can no longer be tolerated under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, as the government urgently required these funds to support critical development initiatives. He also addressed reports of Residents Association obstructing ministry officials from carrying out bills and enforcement duties in various state estates, warning that those who fail to comply with the theme of the Sea of O's would face strict penalties. He also highlighted ongoing line reforms, including the landmark partnership with the World Bank to register the entitled land parcels nationwide. And that's the size of the package. Thanks for joining us. I am Immaculata Irekana. Watch us on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. Also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress.
From the lands across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.